Up, Blackish fam? I hope all is well in your corner of the world. Man, was really excited the other day. We checked out King Los and we did the LA Leakers freestyle. And man, for a cat that I barely heard anything on, I don't know if I can name but one, if not one song of this guy. Man, he's talented. He kind of gave me some Kendrick vibes. You know, I heard the freestyle. He definitely sounds like more of a battle rapper. But really excited to get into some more of his work. Someone in the comment section recommended we check out the Lemon Pepper Wings freestyle. So I got it pulled up here. It looks like he came out with an official video. So, which is I don't know if I've ever really seen a freestyle with a video like that. I guess some of the Coach Contra and whatnot. But really excited to get into this. The guy seems extremely lyrical. And, you know, on this channel, we love the complex wordplay, and we look for lyrically dense artists like Lupe Fiasco, Aesop Rock, and now I guess King Los, right? So if you're a fan of King Los, make sure you show some love if you like the video by liking, but also subscribing. You can see that we send out notifications when we put out new videos, but we have the videos cataloged in different folders. So if you go to King Los, he's going to have a folder of his own. You can see different breakdowns for his freestyles, and we're going to continue getting in his catalog as well. So let's get right into this. This is the Lemon Pepper Wings freestyle. Let me move you don't care how I look. Let me get myself out of the way here. We can focus on the video. Let's let it ride. Don't mind me if you see me hit the little cigarette once or twice.
Hey yo, turn my mic up a little bit. Check.
Get the creative juices flowing, you know. Ooh, I used to have that Escalade. 2016.
I gave niggas flowers, they gave me dirt. So I just grew more flowers and made it work.
Ooh.
See what I peeped is that, well, we ain't gonna speak on that, cause this shit could get deep as where niggas bury they secrets at.
I like that. Well, you know, he was like, I gave niggas flowers, they gave me dirt, basically saying that he's not getting the same in return, right? He's putting out so much and he's getting a reduced amount back. In this case, he's saying dirt when I gave you flowers. It's not fair, right? But I like what he said there, because he said something to the effect of, I grew more flowers and made it work, right? Like, I didn't let that hold me back. But what I really liked is he started saying, I don't know if, again, this was directed towards anyone, but he said that, we're not going to speak on that because that shit's as deep as I think where they bury their secrets at. So it's deep, and he's still playing on flowers and dirt. Makes you think of funerals. But just the wordplay, just kicking off the right way.
Grew more flowers and made it work. See what I peeped is that, well, we ain't gonna speak on that, cause this shit could get deep as where niggas bury they secrets at. Where they defeated at, it's my connection on lines and all the money that really spitting this ethernets. They throw you niggas some pennies and make you rap for them.
The wordplay, right? He's talking about connection and lines, and then he flips it with the Ethernet, right? You think of Ethernet cable or running Ethernet for your business, Ethernet versus Internet. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but you could see the wordplay still with talking about the connection lines and then wordplay with Ethernet.
They're really spitting this Ethernets. They throw you niggas some pennies and make you rap for them. You get millions of views, then end up feeling confused because it ain't translating over your platform.
I think he's talking about what has been a lot of controversy ever since there was CDs, right, and albums that you can track, and you made a specific amount of money if you had a specific amount of sales. Well, nowadays it's more views, right, streams, plays, and the powers that be that own the entertainment companies that can dictate how much you make. We've had a lot of artists complain that it's not in their best interest. They're only getting pennies per play, and a lot of their music is hijacked and don't mind me, I had to slice my finger. I had a little infection going. But anyway, what I was saying is that's probably the weed. But yeah, it sounds like he's got some beef to pick with the industry, right? Millions of views, but it might not be translating to the level of stardom that he thought he would reach, right? Which might be true, right? I've haven't heard too much about this cat. And it sounds like he's got the lyrics, sounds like he's got the writing. It even looks like Kendrick. So, somebody cock blocking him in the industry.
Money that really spitting this Ethernets. They throw you niggas some pennies and make you rap for 'em. You do millions of views, then end up feeling confused, cause it ain't translating over your platform. You got the mind of a slave, I don't condone this shit. I do own whips and chains, but watch your tone a bit.
No, we've heard this a few times. He's not the first one, but it's still good wordplay where they're really using whips and chains, talking about cars and gold chains, and they're comparing it to cars, right? That's what a whip is, a more urban definition, but also the chains, as in like a whipping chain, right? But also the necklace. So the wordplay there, and of course he said the mind of a slave as well. So it kind of has you thinking in that regard. You're a modern day slave in the industry.
I don't condone this shit, I do own whips and chains, but watch your tone a bit, cause try to hang with the mastermind and end up in a nuisance. You riding a wave and I'd rather own this shit. Why we even had these conversations up in a nuisance. You riding a lating over your platform. You got the mind of a slave, I don't condone this shit. I do own whips and chains, but watch your tone a bit, cause try to hang with the mastermind and end up in a nuisance. You riding a wave.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said. Damn. That's a little deeper. He's still playing off whips and chains, right? And of course, he dropped the mind of a slave, so he has us automatically thinking slavery. But he said you try to hang with the mastermind and end up in a nuisance. Think about that wordplay, right? Try to hang, as in hang out. End up in a nuisance. You end up in a real bad situation that's not going to work out for you. But the play off slavery and people being hung, right? And a head up in a noose. But the nuisance, right? So the wordplay on that. Excellent writing.
Your platform, you got the mind of a slave. I don't condone this shit. I do own whips and chains, but watch your tone a bit. Cause try to hang with the mastermind and end up in a nuisance. You riding a wave and I'd rather own a ship.
Ooh.
Why we even had these
people riding a wave, that's a term for someone who's like riding the latest trends, right? But wordplay, riding the waves, being in the water, he's saying I'd rather own the ship. I'm sure there could be some play off slave ship. They were just talking. He was just speaking on slavery, but I think he's saying he's saying he has bigger goals, right? You're just riding the wave. I want to own the ship that's riding the ocean. We're on different levels, bro.
Then end up in a nuisance. You riding a wave, and I'd rather own a ship. Why we even had these conversations? He gon' think he want these smoke till we having complications. Last nigga I coached got a Grammy nomination. This is Train with the Killers. First niggas that just came with the filler.
The little bit I do know about him, I know after the that LA Leakers, I read up a little bit about him, but I also recognized him from Hustle and Flow, right? With Cardi B, Chance the Rapper, T.I. was on there. They had D Smoke. They had what was the chick named Beans that got treated in the last part of the battle rap by, I forget dude's name, Spanish cat though. But anyway, he said last thing I coached got a Grammy nomination. I believe he's talking about D Smoke. They brought him on as a lyrical coach. I think he was helping them write their music, which is sick that, to even be have that much respect for someone that these hip hop huge names are bringing him on as a coach. Really says something about his skill set. And I believe he might have dropped D Smoke when he said he want the smoke. I think he said he want that D Smoke. I'm pretty sure.
Coach got a Grammy nomination. Is he a nuisance? You riding a wave and I'd rather own a ship. Why we even had these conversations? He gon' think he want these smoke till we having complications.
Yeah, like you want this smoke, but he said D Smoke, which is dude. Well, I think he coached multiple people, and that I'm not sure if he was limited to D Smoke, but I believe D Smoke got a Grammy nomination not long ago. He's only been out a couple years. I mean, I'm sure he's been making music, but
Why we even had these conversations? He gon' think he want these smoke till we having complications. Last nigga I coached got a Grammy nomination. This is Train with the Killers. First niggas that just came with the filler. Last time I argued over views, it was whether I could see the Mediterranean and Spain from my villa. My vision ain't the same as you niggas.
Bro, that just treated so many people's lives, right? He's technically sunning you, right? He's just going further about the different levels that we're on. Again, you're riding a wave. I own the ship in the ocean, coasting, right? But what did he say right here? Last time I argued over views. Most people are automatically in this day and age thinking social media. Last time I argued over views. What did he say? I wanted to see if I could see the Mediterranean Sea in Spain from my villa. That's the type of view that's important to me. Woo! Just treated everybody else in the game that was thinking of social media views, right? Like, that'll happen, bro. I'm over here talking about real life. Treated. Good, excellent wordplay.
This is Train with the Killers. First niggas that just came with the filler. Last time I argued over views, it was whether I could see the Mediterranean and Spain from my villa. My vision ain't the same as you niggas.
Yeah,
if I
treat
was you,
it.
what I would do is just listen and get game. I mean, my name is a title, yours is a nickname, and I would never own my title just to sell it.
I wonder if I saw that he had beef with this cat named Sue Surf. And I have no clue at all who that person is. I don't think I've ever heard that name. When I first heard that LA Leakers freestyle, I thought he was talking about M or Kendrick or Drake. Definitely some Kendrick vibes there. But the only thing I saw when I was reading up on him was that Sue Surf. No clue. I imagine it's some sort of battle rapper, but I'll probably check out his music just to see who he is.
I mean, my name is...
And that's how people get clout and why they try to start with people who have some sort of fame, right? Because a person like me, I'm like, well, who's this Sue Surf? If he's battling and he's talking smack to King Los, and I know Los is of this level, this guy's got to be on par, or at least thinks he is, right? So it makes me want to check out his music, and that's why people kick off little beefs, right? You beef with Eminem, everyone's going to know your name. Like, damn, who's this cat beefing with Eminem, right? You're going to want to dig into deeper into that. But let's let it ride here.
Time I argued over views, it was whether...
And you would think, I don't know, maybe I'm sure there's a reason for his method, but for someone like Los, who's gotten some level of, what did he have? Almost 3 million views on the LA Leakers freestyle. And I don't even know if that was the main video, right, that we were watching yesterday. But he has some sort of name recognition. He's obviously got some tracks out there like this. This one's got almost 260,000 views. You would think he would kick off a beef with someone like a Kendrick, right? With like a Drake. That way you can get some of their fan base. Why would you kick it off with someone named Sue Surf, right?
With the Killers, first niggas that just came with the filler. Last time I argued over views, it was whether I could see the Mediterranean and Spain from my villa.
Love that line.
Niggas. If I was you, what I would do is just listen and get game. I mean, my name is a title, yours is a nickname, and I would never own my title just to sell it. I go with a nigga Apple for my spot if I can help it.
Ooh, did you guys even catch that wordplay? The beginning, it looked like he dropped something about Apple. But I did get the Spotify. I don't know how you put it together in a way it was sick.
I can see the Mediterranean and Spain from my villa. My vision ain't the same as you niggas. If I was you, what I would do is just listen and get game. I mean, my name is a title, yours is a nickname. Right, and I would never own my title just to sell it. I go with...
Okay, he referenced title, but I would never own my title, like he was just speaking of the title in his name. But he's making it sound like Tidal, Tidal, right? That's that streaming service that Jay-Z acquired. Well, Rockefeller Nation acquired. They really tried to blow up, but it was like $20 a month, limited functionality. They partnered with Sprint, I think, before Sprint was bought out by T-Mobile. But as far as I know, I think they were on the verge of going bankrupt, or at least it was the business was losing money. I believe that's the case. It's a music streaming service. So he probably tied these all together, but I want to hear how he rhymed Spotify to make us think he was saying Spotify like the service, right?
I mean, my name is a title, yours is a nickname. And I would never own my title just to sell it. I go with a nigga Apple for my spot if I can help it.
Okay, so he said, what did he say? Mine's a title, yours is a nickname, right? And then he said, I wouldn't sell my title, but title, talking about selling title, right? He'll say, I go at a motherfucker's Apple. He's referencing Apple streaming service, right? What is that? iMusic or what do they call it? Not iRadio, iCloud, whatever. Apple iTunes, right? So he's referencing that, but also like a motherfucker's Apple, right? Think about it, he's shooting a head, Apple on the head, right? Apple streaming, and then a spot, Apple for my spot if I can help it, but Spotify, right?
Just listen and get game. I mean, my name is a title, yours is a nickname. And I would never own my title just to sell it. I go with a nigga Apple for my spot if I can help it.
Ooh.
So what the fuck is this look? Niggas talking crayon apps, but when it comes to these raps, they just show they true coloring book. What the fuck is this script with niggas bumping they lips? I ain't so what the fuck?
Did you even? I love the wordplay. The wordplay. See, there's some artists like Black Thought, right? Where there's a religious reference. You have to know something about being Muslim, right? Or there's a cultural reference or a historic reference. But it doesn't need to be that deep. Sometimes it could just be excellent wordplay. And we heard that yesterday when he said, I turn pessimistic or something when I optimism. It's just a creative way of putting something together. I don't need to understand what happened in the German war, right? I don't need to know what happened to Geronimo. Luckily some of these stories I'm familiar with. But what I like about his wordplay is it's direct, but it's more of a play on words, right? You could barely catch it if you don't know what you're looking for, right? But he was talking about people talking cray, like people back in the day used to say cray cray, right? It means you're somebody who's crazy. But he was saying cray, but crayon, right? And then he wrapped it and brought it back and said they're showing their true colors, as in they're showing who they truly are. But he rhymed it so it would sound like coloring book with crayons, right? Sick.
Fuck is this look? Niggas talking crayon apps, but when it comes to these raps, they just show they true coloring book.
Ooh, and I didn't even catch that the first time. Acting cray, right? And he's referencing the crayon, but he's also talking about they're going cray or acting crayon apps, right? Like what did Drake say to Meek Mill? Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers, right? Bro, it's so easy to miss out on this wordplay. It's so good, right? Crayon apps, cray, going cray only on apps to wrap it with coloring book. What?
Fucking crayon apps, but when it comes to these raps, they just show they true coloring book. What the fuck is this script with niggas bumping they lips? I ain't bubble gumping with shrimps. I ain't animated, but I wrote them cartoons. You suckers bumping your whips.
Bro, dude, it's almost comical. He's so far ahead of most rappers when it comes to writing, and I imagine he's writing for himself if he's ghostwriting. But listen to the wordplay, right? What he say? He's playing off. He says something about motherfuckers bumping their lips and talking about Bubba Gump with the shrimps, right? If you guys don't know, Bubba Gump Shrimp is the company, and now a lot of people know because it's a restaurant. But that play on words was from Forrest Gump, right? But he's saying I am Bubba Gumping. He's using it as a verb. I am Bubba Gumping with shrimps, almost talking like small time guys, right? In the movie Forrest Gump, for those that didn't see it, Forrest Gump goes into the military. Bubba was also drafted into the U.S. Army, so they're sitting on a bus and they're going to basic training. And I think Bubba Gump offers him the seat next to him. And, Forrest Gump's an unusual character. And I believe, I don't know if they've mentioned, but I believe Bubba was on the spectrum. I don't know if they mentioned that. I might just be thinking of that myself. But anyway, during the basic training, Bubba starts talking about the shrimp fishing business, right? And he starts saying, every dish that you can make from shrimp, right? He's like, well, like I was saying, shrimp is a fruit of the sea. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it. The shrimp kebab, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, and he just starts going on and on and on. And eventually they go to Vietnam, where unfortunately Bubba dies. But he already had promised Forrest that they were going to get into the shrimping business, and that's kind of where that reference comes from. That's Bubba Gump Shrimp. And I heard something about animated, and he referenced it with cartoons, but we'll play it back. But keep your ears open here.
With shrimps, I ain't animated. What the fuck is this script with niggas bumping they lips? I ain't Bubba Gumping with shrimps. I ain't animated, but I wrote them cartoons. You suckers bumping your whips.
Ooh. He said, I wrote those cartoons, right? Like tunes you hear in your car. But he said he had animated, right? Animated like cartoons. Get it? That either you're bumping in your whip in your car. Ooh, sick, man. And again, I don't know if a lot of reactors are catching that. You know, I used to like watching reactions myself. And I'm just like, and a lot of guys, you know, you hear something that's this complex and they're like, oh, he snapped. And I'm just like sitting there and like, bro, did you even understand the reference? I get it. Yes, he did in fact snap. But share with everyone, right? That's don't just read the note, but share it with the class and shit. But I like doing these breakdowns, and I like watching other people's breakdowns too, because you get a different perspective, especially with something as as complex as Aesop Rock, right? I started trying to do breakdowns, and every time I go back and I revisit a video, I'm like, oh, did you hear that? Oh, he was saying it this way. And he's one of those artists that just kind of paints. And there's a beautiful picture at the end, but just because you understand the definition doesn't know you know how he intends for you to receive it, right? And it's not always context either, which is just really funny to me. But check out some of Aesop Rock's videos. We've done quite a few on him. And we're always looking for more lyrically dense artists. So if you guys know anybody that's on this level, like with King Los, I love stuff like this. This is like a complex puzzle that we got to put together. We do really what we consider intellectual breakdowns, right? They're really in-depth and detailed. Let's let it ride. I'm talking too much.
They true coloring book. What the fuck is this script with niggas bumping they lips? I ain't Bubba Gumping with shrimps. I ain't animated, but I wrote them cartoons. You suckers bumping your whips. I'm giving out gift bags at the rapture. My 6-dimensional craft do zigzags through the blackness. This facet of magic only spells you mix match.
You know, I think too, when he's saying I wrote those cartoons, I'm not talking about just his songs, right? I think he's talking about the ghostwriting that he's done in the industry.
Dimensional craft do zigzags through the blackness. This with shrimps. I ain't animated, but I wrote them cartoons. You suckers bumping your whips. I'm giving out gift bags at the rapture. My 6-dimensional craft do zigzags through the blackness. This fast.
Bro, that's just, there's so much there, right? I'm giving out gift bags at the rapture. Ah, damn. You know, the rapture, and you know, I don't know if it's in any other religions, but definitely Christianity. It's really the belief that, I guess, both living and religious references are not my strongest, but I believe it's when the living and dead go to heaven to meet Jesus, right? It's the second coming of Christ and the rapture. There's some movies like This Is the End that kind of make fun of it, where you're kind of sucked up. All the good people on earth are sucked up, and the ones that left here are like the non-believers, the gangsters, the hoes, the pimps, right? At least that's the general idea, is that Christ is coming back to take all of the members of his church, right? But the funny thing is, I remember I tried to explore Christianity once, and the rapture wasn't in when they were doing the New Testament at the time. And I believe the rapture isn't mentioned anywhere in the New Testament. And I get some issues with Christianity, and I've had friends that have looked into the Quran, and we've done some research here into taking a little bit further, looking at Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, looking at Martin Luther King Jr., looking at people like Marcus Garvey, just to understand their belief system a bit more. And I think it does play a big part in how they rap, right? You get somebody like Toby Wigway, and there's a lot of Christianity references versus somebody that's atheist or agnostic. But anyway, let's let it ride. He is talking about giving out gift bags at the rapture, right?
I'm giving out gift bags at the rapture. My six-dimensional craft do zigzags through the blackness. This facet of magic on.
So the sixth dimension. Now that can mean a variety of different things, but I believe he said the sixth dimensional craft. Sorry, I'm just checking my finger there. The sixth dimension, it's one, I believe most spiritual teachings believe that you can reach one with God. I believe if I could sum it up, it's saying the sixth dimension is purity, right? It's purity and light, and a spirit can live outside or without their physical body. From what I understand, the sixth dimension is, but again, it probably depends on how he's using it. The same with zigzags through the blackness, right? Like at first glance, right, you say, oh, zigzagging, he's bobbing and weaving through traffic, right? But the way that he's putting this together and his previous flows, and then he talks about through the blackness, right? And it could just seem like, okay, I'm zigzagging, I'm in the blackness because I'm in this space and like I don't have a physical body. That I don't know if a lot of you, if any of you are familiar with like the 5% Nation. I don't think we've done a separate video on this, but it's something that's referenced in, when we research Black Thought, Aesop Rock, Coast Contra. Coast Contra was doing a thing the other day. They were like, 5% Nation of Gods, got my window tint, trying to avoid the law, right? And I was like, ooh, riding with the freestyle. And it's like, yeah, he's talking about the 5% tint, which is the legal limit in some states across the country. But he's also talking about the 5%er Nation. And you can do some research, just search 5%er Nation, and you can understand a little bit more about them. But they have what they call the divine alphabet. It's an alphabet that's really unique to their cause, but there's a meaning. So, like they have zigzag zig. Zigzag zig means knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, if I'm not mistaken. We referenced this before, but with a different artist. And with him saying blackness, there's a chance that he could be representing 5% Nation. But the 5%ers, there's a lot of references in hip hop. And a lot of people don't realize this, especially in early hip hop. And it's something you can Google and learn a bit more about, or we might want to put together a video on that. But it's actually extremely interesting. And the type of people that are involved with this are normally excellent lyricists. We could put up, like you talk about Lupe Fiasco or somebody like that. So definitely worth learning a bit more about.
Bags at the rapture, my six-dimensional craft do zigzags through the blackness. This facet of magic only spells you mix match for the master. Now tell me, which craft did you capture? Cause I exist in dimensions, niggas is...
Bro, the wordplay there, right? What did he say? He starts talking about magic, right? He said something about a facet of magic. But he says the spells that you've mix matched. And then he says, now tell me, which craft did you capture, right? But it's a play on witchcraft and magic and spells. And again, it's so subtle. It's so easy to miss wordplay like that. It's just well written.
Mix match for the master. Now tell me, which craft did you capture? Cause I exist in dimensions, niggas is rarely in. And I rap in a bracket, niggas is barely in. Oh, we gon' reptilian these muddy waters. I don't know how you claim it.
Shout out, I'm sure it wasn't a direct reference, so I don't know if he's rapping about him, but I find with excellent writers, they drop little Easter eggs, right? There's a rhyme scheme, like he just did magic spells, the master, and then he did witchcraft, right? And if you know what to listen for, you can hear get rhyme schemes from a lot of hip hop that's out there, and a lot of it's not broken down on these different channels. A lot of times there's a theme to a song, and there's a meaning behind it. There's something very symbolic, right? So, and I don't know that this is the case in this song, but I noticed he just said, oh, he'll rap till he's in these muddy waters, right? If any of you guys are familiar with blues or jazz, you might be familiar with Muddy Waters, the artist, right? Hoochie Coochie Man. Do-no-no-no-no. Mama said I was gonna be a bad man. Do-no-no-no-no. Bad to the bone. Do-no-no-no-no. Had me some nasty bitches. Didn't want to take them home. I'm a bad motherfucker. Right? I don't know. I just kind of improvised that. But you'll catch that with some excellent artists where they drop these Easter eggs. So let's see if he does any other references to somebody who may be a blues singer or musician. And just for you guys, Muddy Waters is actually known as the father of modern, what you call Chicago blues.
Tell me which craft did you capture? Cause I exist in dimensions niggas is rarely in. And I rap in a bracket niggas is barely in. Oh, he gon' reptilian these muddy waters. I don't know how you claiming you a foe and I'm the alien.
Ooh, catch that. He just explained, I exist in dimensions niggas is rarely in, right? So he's already talking about dimensions, or makes you think of like intergalactic travel. But what does he say, right? He said, I didn't know how you're claiming that you're a foe or something along those lines. A foe is, think of it like an enemy, right? He said, you a foe, like UFO, and then played it off alien. But he's already talking about being in another dimension, right? Just this excellent wordplay, and it's not even in the same sequence, right? A lot of it's just bouncing off something else. It's just amazing.
Muddy waters, I don't know.
And let me know. I know you guys have been hitting me in the comment section. If there's any of this guy's music that is like this, an excellent wordplay, just well written out. Man, let's get into it. I love wordplay like this, and this is definitely the type of artist that we want to see on the channel.
And I rap in a bracket, niggas is barely in. Oh, he gon' reptilian these muddy waters. I don't know how you claiming you a foe. Cause I exist in dimensions, niggas is rarely in. And I rap in a bracket, niggas is barely in. Oh, he gon' reptilian these muddy waters. I don't know how you claiming you a foe and I'm the alien.
Ooh, for all the conspiracy theorists, I think he said that he is reptilian. For those of you that have looked into Pizzagate and different conspiracy theories that really became more popular after the Trump presidency, there's this, supposedly there's a lot of reptilians in the world, right? This alien species. And I'm just going off information that's out there. But it's in a lot of music. There's a lot of TV. The industry references this a lot. How people can shapeshift. There's a whole world dedicated to this. But I believe he said reptilian, and I just heard it right before he said muddy waters. I don't know if a lot of conspiracy theorists have ever caught that, but it was where he was saying that he's going to rap till he, or he's barely in, he's going to rap till he's in the muddy waters, but he said like reptilian. Get it, listen to it again.
Cause I exist in dimensions, niggas is rarely in. And I
right, he starts talking about the dimensions. It's right after the rap in a bracket, niggas is barely in.
In a bracket, niggas is barely in. Oh, he gon' reptilian these muddy waters. I don't know how you claiming you a foe and I'm the alien. Niggas is foolish to taunt the monster. I do chakra and alignment on short notice. I'm known to sit in the darkness and chant mantras while I'm doing my mudras in full lotus.
He's talking about he's in touch with the spiritual side of himself, right? He's dropping yoga, if you would. It's just very, I say natural, but you're talking about a chakra alignment, right? They say that if you have headaches, blurred vision, right, sinus trouble, it could be hearing loss, that it could be that you need your chakra aligned, or you might want to explore what they call a chakra healing, which is like a balancing of energy, if you would. That's what he says. I've been known to, what do you say? I've been known to sit down in darkness, or I think he said chant mantras, right? A mantra is a word, or it's like a series of words that can really change your mood, your attitude, right? Your perspective. And it can help increase concentration, right? Alertness. Just excellent wordplay. Let's run it back because I want to make sure I'm not missing a rhyme scheme here.
His niggas is rarely in, and I rap in a bracket, niggas is barely in. Oh, he gon' reptilian these muddy waters. I don't know how you claiming you a foe and I'm the alien. Niggas is foolish to taunt the monster. I do chakra and alignment on short notice. I'm known to sit in the darkness and chant mantras while I'm doing my mudras in full lotus. This nigga losis, the lyrical psychosis, the spiritual process of ethereal osmosis. If it's my flow that's leaving...
Bro, what did he say? He said, I'm doing my mudras in full lotus. That's that sitting down with your legs crossed, right? That's the name of that pose. And then he just, what did he say? Lyrical psychosis?
Psychosis, the spiritual process of ethereal osmosis. If it's my flow that's leaving you pussy sick, then it should be...
osmosis is like, it's like you're not knowingly getting knowledge, but it's getting like absorbed by you. I think that's how he's using it. Let's let it ride.
While I'm doing my mudras in full lotus, this nigga losis, the lyrical psychosis, the spiritual process of ethereal osmosis. If it's my flow that's leaving you pussy sick, then it should be diagnosis, venereal prognosis. To experience my focus, you need Iron Man.
The motherfucker said he's that you're leaving you pussies weak, right? It's my flow that's leaving you pussies weak. And he said something about your diagnosis is venereal, which is basically like a sexual disease, right? Or something that you can get by sexual disease. Let me just run it back.
I do chakra and alignment on short notice. I'm known to sit in the darkness and chant mantras while I'm doing my mudras in full lotus. This nigga losis, the lyrical psychosis, the spiritual process of ethereal osmosis. If it's my flow that's leaving you pussy sick, then it should be diagnosis, venereal prognosis. To experience my focus, you need Iron Man, cause I'm out of body and my material high voltage.
Bro, the wordplay there with Iron Man, right? And Tony Stark. But he said, to experience my focus, you need iron, man. Put a comma there, right? A lot of people don't know this, but when it comes to iron, right? Without sufficient levels of iron, the body lacks oxygen, right? And it struggles to carry out really basic daily activities, right? The most common symptoms you might hear about are anemia, right? If you hear of anemia, it's fatigue, right? It's the inability to focus. Your judgment becomes impaired. But what did he say? He said, to experience my focus, you need iron, right? He's giving you so much knowledge. And it's actually a scary amount of knowledge because not too many people talk like this or can reference the things that he's referring to. Even if it's written down, it requires a lot of reading and a lot of, he's referencing things from voodoo as well. Like it's deep. But there's a knowledge that comes, he's not just dropping keywords. He's explaining what the poses mean. He's talking about other dimensions. He's talking about reptilian. He's saying that he needs iron to collect his focus. It's quite scary how good he is and how intellectual he might be.
My focus, you need Iron Man, cause I'm out of body and my material high voltage. Yeah.
But he's out of body like the Tony Stark Iron Man, right? What else? The material's high voltage, right? It's electrified as in voltage.
You need Iron Man, cause I'm out of body and my material high voltage. Yeah, you bargaining with the one. You sure you wanna trade when you bartering with the gun? Here I am thinking niggas should thank me. Now I'm kirking on them, frankly. I'm just out here arguing with my...
Bro, he did it again. Just like he dropped Muddy Waters, right? And you're like, he might not be talking about Muddy Waters, right? Because how is it relevant? He just did shout out Kirk Franklin, right? Those that are my age, you might remember, GP, are you with me? Oh yeah, we got the deal, right? It was very what is that? Sister Act, right? He's a Christian dude. His name is Kirk. Is it like Dwayne? Kirk Dwayne Franklin. But he's basically like a gospel singer. The dude, I don't know much of his music, but the dude's got something like 20 Grammy Awards. And I remember his songs, they were like radio hits, and then all of a sudden he was gone. But he just did it. The wordplay, he brought up Kirk Franklin.
Here I am thinking niggas should thank me. Now I'm kirking on them, frankly. I'm just out here.
I'm kirking on him, frankly. That's a reference, Kirk Franklin, I'm sure.
Bartering with the gun. Here I am thinking niggas should thank me. Now I'm kirking on them, frankly. I'm just out here arguing with my son. You ain't a legendary name. What am I to gain?
And now is he still talking to him? You're bargaining with the one. And frankly, I'm out here just arguing with my son. I wonder if that's a version of like sunning him, right? Like putting him in his place.
I'm just out here arguing with my son. You ain't a legendary name. What am I to gain?
Yeah.
Just big headed, knowing I'm insane.
Woo! But that's exactly what I was saying, right? He just said. He said something about you're not a legend. Well, like, what's in it for me? What he said, you're not a legendary name. What am I to gain? That was my thought too. It's like, why is the first thing that comes up when I try to find out who you were, Sue Surf? Like, if you're going to beef with somebody, make sure you're beefing with somebody that's of the same caliber or better, right? Because if you were beefing with Kendrick, I'm sure we'd all know a little bit more if there was an exchange of verses or whatnot. But beefing with somebody no name, not a good business move.
What am I to gain? How you bitches big headed knowing I'm insane? This nigga think he wiggin', we can address it. But make up, you on my heels, I'm bringing your mama pain. Niggas can't outfox me, I'm really the man. They be playing.
Bro, I was going to say shout out Big Mama, Martin Lawrence, but no, he's talking about Wanda. I believe he's talking about Jamie Foxx and Wanda in Living Color. Let run it back.
Big headed knowing I'm insane. This nigga think he wiggin', we can address it. But make up, you on my heels, I'm bringing your mama pain. Niggas can't outfox me, I'm really the man. They be playing two roles like they really your fam.
I think that's who he's referring to. I think when he's talking about outfoxing someone, you immediately think like Jamie Foxx, right? Actor, comedian, singer. But those of you that are of my age or remember, there was a little show called In Living Color that was created by the Wayne brothers. Keenan Ivory Wayne, Damon Wayne was on there, right? That's where their family, even the sister was there, Kim Waynes. They even got Jim Carrey started. Jennifer Lopez was a fly girl, right? There was a lot of stars that came from that. I think even Rosie Perez was in that. And you'll see a reference in hip hop, just like Bruno Mars and Cardi B did that song. With the famous Fly Girl set up in the background. But again, he's dropping something that's part of a sequence, and we'll see. He might say something after this that allows us to tie it all together. But he dropped some things. He talked about big-headed bitches, talked about being insane, right? But then he said something about think he wiggin', a woman's wig. When he said we can address it. Right? Dress it, obviously a dress. And then he said, but makeup, obviously. And he said, you're on my heels, right? So we're talking about wig, dress, makeup, and heels. And he said, you can't outfox me. I'm really the man, right? Like he's really the man, but he's playing a woman like he did in Wanda and in Living Color.
Niggas can't outfox me, I'm really the man. They be playing two roles like they really your fam. I let the fans see the real kings.
Yeah, they're playing two roles, right? Like Wanda, and Jamie Foxx played Wanda, and he also played himself interacting with Wanda. In fact, he actually played her sister at one point, if I'm not mistaken. But, and low-key, a lot of people don't realize this. Hopefully I don't bore you guys with my random-ass knowledge. But Ugly Wanda, right, it was played with Jamie Foxx, the one I was referencing. She's actually based on a character. I don't think it's a real life character, but it's on a character named LaWanda, right? LaWanda was in a sketch, the sketch comedy that was very similar to In Living Color, but it was even before that in the 70s. And that's for those of you who know Red Fox. from Sanford and Son. If you're old like me, you might get that reference. They're running a junkyard, right? Ugly Aunt Esther, Lamont, and Fred, right? But that's where that comes from. Not that wasn't the show, but Red Fox had his own sketch show where he did something that was very similar back in the day. So let's run it back. I'm gonna run it back like 20 seconds here, and then we'll just let it ride.
Do you wanna trade when you bartering with the gun? Here I am thinking niggas should thank me. Now I'm kirking on them. Frankly, I'm just out here arguing with my son. You ain't a legendary name. What am I to gain? How you bitches big-headed knowing I'm insane? This nigga think he wiggin', we can address it. But make up, you on my heels, I'm bringing your mama pain. Niggas can't outfox me, I'm really the man. They be playing two roles like they really your fam. I let the fans see that real King's Tower and this nigga's uncool. I knew Junior was really a stan. Yeah, you been advised by the chief.
Junior, right? He's still sonning that dude. He said, I'm out here arguing with my son. Now he's calling him Junior, and then he just dropped Stan. It's kind of funny because Stan is one of those words that originated from the Eminem song, right? Where he, Stan, why are you so mad? Please understand. I do want you as a fan, right? Sign an autograph on your starter cap, kind of deal. But anyway, that was actually that word "stan" has actually been added to the dictionary, which is crazy in itself. It's a hyper devoted film. So I just think that's funny that how he's using "stan" to describe dude.
Trying to box with God, you minimizing your fam. I let the fans see that real King's Tower and this nigga's uncool. I knew Junior was really a stan. Yeah.
The real let the fans see. What do you say? The real King's Tower. I don't get the reference. He said, and this nigga's uncool. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know what that line is. I'll run it back here, but I don't get the reference for the real King's Tower.
And see the real King's Tower and this nigga's uncool. I knew Junior was really a stan. Yeah, you been advised by the chief. Trying to box with God, you minimizing your reach. You energized by the streets. If coming for my crown give you a surge, then you end up identified by your teeth. Sheesh, you boys ain't know what.
Oh, we played the energy, right? Would he say something about energized by the streets? And if you're coming for my crown, I'll give you a surge, like a surge of energy, right? Or a surge of electricity, or like a surge in numbers. Sick.
If coming for my crown give you a surge, then you end up identified by your teeth. Sheesh, you boys ain't nowhere near my professional range. It's disrespect, you just have to accept. You would have to astral project just to reach my celestial plane. He gon' lose, he ain't access.
Bro, he just dropped, we did the LA Leakers freestyle yesterday. And he said the same, well, he didn't say the same thing, but he brought up astral project. And we kind of gave an explanation as to what astral projection is. I think it's awesome that he referenced this again, because it was just yesterday we were talking about it. But astral projection, it's a term to describe an intentional out-of-body experience, right? You have what you call an astral body or a body of light. Right, and it's basically the idea is that consciousness can function separately than the physical body, and it travels throughout something that they call the astral plane. And there's a lot of books out there that can help. It's not meditation, but there's different chants, and very similar to what he was mentioning before, that can help encourage your body to kind of zone out and get you here. And there's a lot of real cool science involved. Science, right? I guess it's still considered a pseudoscience, if you would. But there have been people that can supposedly astral project, and they go to like an ex-girlfriend's house or a friend's house, and they can tell you exactly what they're wearing, or can mention things in the room and things that they wouldn't know otherwise. When they get back and they can speak on it, how would they know that information? So there's always three sides to the truth, right? Yours, his, and then what actually happened. So, but there's definitely some really cool information out there about astral projection. Might want to check it out.
By your teeth, sheesh. You boys ain't nowhere near my professional range. It's disrespect, you just have to accept. You would have to astral project just to reach my celestial plane. He gon' lose, he ain't accessing the rest of his brain.
Ooh.
Big dogging, not barking, stop talking. Nobody.
Big dogging, right? Not barking. Like you're all bark and no bite.
Compares Aston Martins to Doc Martens. Stop
Ooh, we're not at the same level, right? We're not even discussing the same thing. You're talking about cars versus shoes. He said, that's like Aston Martins to Doc Martens.
Not barking, stop talking. Nobody compares Aston Martins to Doc Martens. Stop tripping, you not dripping, you bullshitting. You not even a Scott Pippen. You more like Dennis Scott when his shot missing. I shoot movies and plot twists.
Excellent reference, right? He said, stop tripping, right? You're not dripping like style, swag, right? Chains, clothes. He said, you're bullshitting. But playing off the Bulls, meaning the Chicago Bulls, he said, you're not even Scott Pippen, meaning Scottie Pippen, right? Who was always outshined and outshadowed by Michael Jordan, who he played with. He earned those 6 rings. But just awesome what he's saying there, right? Is that you're not even number 2, right? You're not even the next best, bro. And I love what he said. You're not even Dennis Scott when his shot's missing, right? Dennis Scott was with the Orlando Magic. This is before Kobe, before even Shaq. This is when like Nick Anderson was their best player, or their number 1 scorer, and he was a scoring powerhouse at that time. I don't know what happened to him. I guess he got traded, and that's probably what he's referencing here, his shot missing. But this is excellent wordplay.
Not even a Scott Pippen, you more like Dennis Scott when his shot missing. I shoot movies and plot twist them. Your gray area's not wisdom. My rhythm and flow, the best shit for real. Every rapper know I.
Just great wordplay, right? Talking about shooting movies. Just when we were just talking about basketball and shooting.
Your gray area's not wisdom. My rhythm and flow, the best shit for real.
Ooh, Rhythm and Flow was that show we were just talking about with Cardi B, Chance the Rapper, T.I. There were a few celebrities coming and going on that show, but they were like battling, right? And they brought King Los on, was a coach on that show, and he was able to work. He was working with a few of the artists. I know a lot of people knew who he was, but I remember D Smoke, and he referenced them earlier when he said that he was coaching someone that got nominated for a Grammy.
Your gray area's not wisdom. My rhythm and flow, the best shit for real. Every rapper know I be on some next shit with skill. I never been one to chase pussy, but you fucked if you think I make it all the way to Netflix and chill. Performing.
That was sick, right? He said, I'd be on my next shit with skill. He said, I'd never been one to chase pussy, but you fucked, right? So he's like, I never put the effort in chasing bitches, but now you could say like I'm coming after you and you're fucked like a pussy would be. But it makes even more sense when he says, if you think I'd make it all the way to Netflix and chill, he's referencing Netflix is where that show was on, not Hustle and Flow. What the hell? Rhythm and Flow is on Netflix. He said, you think I'm going to make it all the way to Netflix and then not do shit? But made it the wordplay like Netflix and chill, which is low-key word for we're about to fuck, right? We come over, we'll put on some Netflix and chill. It means we're fucking. But also the wordplay on getting fucked from the previous line, right? I never been one to chase pussy, but you're fucked. Sick.
Every rapper know I be on some next shit with skill. I never been one to chase pussy, but you fucked if you think I make it all the way to Netflix and chill. Perform in other countries, living my dreams, then coming to America, flipping my cream, writing for empire while building an empire, no lions.
Bro, that was sick, and I want to make sure I got that right, but he said perform in other countries, right? Living my dreams. And then he said that coming to America. Who gets that Coming to America reference, right? And even if he wasn't saying Coming to America and it wasn't one of those Easter eggs, he said flipping my cream. You could say, okay, flipping my cream, like flipping money, right? Making it work for you. But most people who know old school hip hop, CREAM is an acronym for Cash Rules Everything Around Me, right? So me around everything rules cash. because he's flipping it, right? He came in America and flipped his cream. You can flip that acronym, and that's what it would mean, right? Yeah, me around everything rules cash.
America, flipping my cream, writing for empire while building an empire. No lying, similar stories, just two different Hakeems. I'm the best. I ain't here to debate none of you niggas.
So they see that it's definitely an Easter egg, right? Because I thought Coming to America, and if you remember Coming to America, you know Hakeem, right? But he did flipping his cream. But then what he says, he starts a new punchline, talking about empire, and he's building an empire. He's referencing the show Empire, and he said no lying, like he's not lying, but he's repping wordplay. Shout out Lucius Lyon, right? And his son, who is Hakeem, same name as Coming to America, but he's referencing Empire. And it sounds like he was doing some writing for Empire. I don't know if that's Empire Records or Empire the show that he's referencing. Sick, next level shit. I don't even think a lot of cats are listening to this and can catch those Easter eggs. I probably missed some too.
Coming to America, flipping my cream, writing for empire while building an empire. No lying, similar stories, just two different Hakeems. I'm the best. I ain't here to...
Yeah, different Hakeems, right? Different Hakeem and Coming to America, and Hakeem and Empire. Sick.
While building an empire, no lying, similar stories, just two different Hakeems. I'm the best. I ain't here to debate none of you niggas. I only came here to bait one of you niggas.
Ooh.
So how you feeling? Triggered or tricky? Doughboy or Ricky? Jody or Sweet Pea? Goofy or Mick? Triggered or tricky? Doughboy or Ricky?
Dope Boy. Was that Ricky? But Boys in the Hood? Maybe. And then he said Jody or Sweet Pea. That's well, not Big Mama. Why do I keep thinking about Big Mama? Baby Boy, right? Baby Boy. That's the movie Baby Boy, which is also stars Taraji Henson, who's in Empire, tying it to Empire. Bro, this is next level. Next level wordplay, right? What do you say? Dope Boy or Ricky? Jody or Sweet Pea? Right? Sweet Pea is what's that dude's name? Omar. But it's a character in Baby Boy. Woo, with Taraji Henson, who plays Cookie Lion in Empire. Damn.
Flipping my cream, writing for empire while building an empire. No lying, similar stories, just two different Hakeems. I'm the best. I ain't here to debate none of you niggas. I only came here to bait one of you niggas. So how you feeling? Triggered or tricky? Doughboy or Ricky? Jody or Sweet Pea? Goofy or Mickey? Ja Rule or 50? I move cause Ja rules don't fit me. Niggas about to feel the difference.
He played Ja Rule. John 50, Ja Rule, 50 Cent basically destroyed the man's career. But he's also playing Y'all Rules Don't Fit Me, right? I don't get the reference, though, to Triggered or Tricky. Let me know if you guys have some, maybe it's a movie reference, cultural reference, that I'm just not getting. But just sick wordplay there.
Ja Rule of 50. I move cause Ja rules don't fit me. Niggas about to feel the difference I'ma reveal. I spent a year and a half just getting out of my deal. Real fans stuck around cause they missed me out on the field, but the industry had a...
I know he had some beef with Interscope and Bad Boy, or I think he met with Diddy, but he didn't sign with him right away, and then it looked like he got back to his label. I was trying to learn a little bit about him, but I guess he had some trouble getting out of a deal. I don't know the details on it yet.
Just getting out of my deal. Real fans stuck around cause they missed me out on the field, but the industry had a vision my inner God wouldn't feel. Now I'm back cause I mapped a different route I could kill. When you out the mud, you gotta get it out and for real. When it's time to pay for that shit that's slipping out of your grill, remember you ordered beef, don't be slipping out on the bill, nigga.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, let's play ball.
Wow.
Whoever, whenever, whatever.
Whoever, whenever, whatever. Yo. See, it's a shame, too, that hip-hop politics can keep someone out of the game, too. Like, the level that this guy is flowing at, the wordplay, I don't know that we've heard in... Man, there's a couple cats out there, but it's a select few that can rhyme on this level. And it's a skill in itself, right? It's like a subgenre of hip hop, intellectual wordplay. It's just, man, it's impressed me. I'm definitely going to get into some more of this guy's catalog. If you're a fan of King Los, he has his own folder down below, and we have all the different songs. Now it's just, 2 or 3 in. The freestyle, well, I guess this is his second that we have. But we're going to continue building. In the comment section, people have been recommending his actual songs to go through. So even if they might be a bit older, we're going to dive into it and keep breaking down his music. If it's anything like this, I'm excited for it. Don't forget to like the video, but subscribe to the channel as well. Show us some love. We had a really big push right when I first got started with the channel. And unfortunately, I had to take some time off. I had to do some stuff with work. But now I'm back and we're doing it full time. And we would love your, anything to get more of the videos out there. We'll see you on the next video.